Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Bradley Hallman here. Really appreciate every single one of y'all being here. Today we are going to talk about the day one of Lake Hartwell Bassmaster Open. How it went for me, what went down, what I was expecting going into it, and how it ends up. As you can see, my hands are black. I've been working on my daughter's 2000 model Honda, which when you try to get a lug nut off of one that won't come off of a tire, yeah, I broke that solid gun, post and all. So right now she's running on 3 lug nuts, but she has a fully inflated tire, and now we got to go find a new post to put on it. So that kind of sucks, but that's where I'm at on my 3 days. This is in between Hartwell and Sam Rayburn that I'm filming this. Coming up on Rayburn, it's a big one, so I've only got 3 days, but I want to knock this out. So Hartwell, going into it, points, top 10, not in the Southerns, I believe that's a Southern Division tournament, but in the overall, so lots to fight for. And practice was so-so. I mean, like, I was going to spook fluke, and when I say that, I'm not really spooking, but you get the idea. It's a herring lake, what it's always been, the spook, the fluke, the jerkbait, blah, 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 blah. You're going to see the day starts off somewhat slow, smaller fish, but as the day progresses, I catch some fish that kind of makes my day subpar. I think I'm in like 100 and something place when this day's over, but this is day one of the last Southern Bassmaster Open and next to last Open of the year. I think I'm sitting in 5th or 6th in the points and sitting 5th or 6th in the Central. So we got a shot at the end of the year like we've been hoping, but got a long road to hoe. We're herring fishing all day today. It's actually one of my favorite things to do, chase blueback herring. It took me 10 years to learn how to spell blueback. But Clark's Hill, years ago, started fishing there, met some people. Took me a while to get it down, but I got it down. Lanier, when I won Lanier a few years back, the FLW Tour, that's actually a blueback herring lake as well, spotted bass, like this place, spotted bass. So I'm not expecting a 24-pound bag of spots today like what happened at Lanier. So, but a 13-pound bag of spots would be really, really nice. So let's see how it goes. They always do it right in South Carolina. I want y'all to see this. Fire department always comes out, hangs a big American flag. It's always a cool place here, always. Anderson County, they do it up right here in South Carolina. But all right guys, y'all hold on, we'll get on with the day. Oh, there's Panger. He is uptight. Probably had the most wired high I've seen him on in 3 years of traveling with him. He's had an extremely good practice, so he's expecting a lot of weight. So we'll see.
69, Bradley.
Yes, sir.
What time you doing, bud?
405?
Good guess.
Help yourself to anything in here you need. Really had some good things going on jerkbait going into it. Really liked some of the bites that I was getting. Was using that new Junior 110 by Mega Bass. Also using the Spro jerkbait, the McStick. Filling in both of those. I kind of had a little setup with those with a 610 rod that speed was working, get a little wind, and it was a different look than the fluke, and it was a little different look than the spook, obviously. The topwater bite was basically non-existent. It was there earlier in the week, but as the 200 boats practice on the cane piles and that kind of thing, it went downhill and crashed. The cane piles themselves crashed, but I kind of saw that coming I was really looking for fish that were just free roaming on some of those points, not necessarily located next to a brush pile. They tended to be A, a little bit bigger, and B, a little bit easier to catch, just for the fact that they were more aggressive the way that they were set up.
A little bit. I mean, not a whole lot.
BFLs and stuff, or what?
Yeah, I fished BFLs. I mean, this is my first year in Open, but I fished college once.
Did you, But what's happening is that, like, some of these places they've got both, and if you're there at the wrong time, you just catch the little ones. But the big ones are there if there's enough of them. I think there's big fish on a lot of these places, but that noon 1 o'clock is really the witching hour, from 1 to 3. Dude, there's a bunch of giants out there floating right now. Like I missed the ball, to be honest with you. Holy cow. What was that? Jesus, are those bass? Also knew that this tournament was going to turn into a drop shot tournament on those points pretty quick. Just the way that those fish were related and what we were seeing feedback on the live scope, and that did become a big part of it, quicker than what I actually thought. Now, with all that being said, I was talking to a buddy of mine, Austin Cranford, that I've heard through the grapevine, yet I hadn't visited with him. Caught him on jerkbait, and he had a pretty good tournament. I think he had like 12 pounds, 14 pounds, something like that, 2 days. Finished 40th, stayed with it. I put mine down and started drop shotting pretty quick, just because of the feedback that I was getting from the fish. Now, we were in different parts of the lake. Maybe I was in a more highly pressured area, I don't know. Where I was fishing, the fish were, dude, they would run from it. Like, literally, you would make a cast, bring it towards them, and they would split. Got that one. Finally, number one at 8:30. A little better than average. Oh, come here. That was crazy. You ate it, didn't you?
A lot of people are catching. Jordan guy, I mean, he's on fish, but it's the same, I mean, kind of the same thing we're doing.
Like a big sparrow rat?
Yeah. This ain't never gonna ever get on the roof.
This is a spot I thought about starting on just because there's so many more fish here, and they're decent fish. They're not all peckerheads, but I say not peckerheads, you know. A 2-pounder's not a peckerhead to me. So you cull all day long to get to 10 if you're unlucky. You cull all day and get to 13 too. There's a bunch of them on this joint. I thought mine was bigger than it was. You all right on that side?
Yeah. Oh, man.
It's no head? Yeah, that's a good one, dude. That's a damn 2 and a 2 and a quarter. That is old head.
Oh, it looked like it.
Fishing in my boat. A 158 and a 158 and a 158. You got plenty of water now on your live well?
Yeah. Just looking for that other fishing.
But as we get into that 10, 11 o'clock hour, I don't really see an aggressiveness changing in these fish a whole lot. I still have to stay with the drop shot. I still have to go down and fight tooth and nail trying to get the few singles that I see to go down. The problem with the drop shot at this point in the day is like you'll see 3 or 4 fish and you make a cast on them, they all follow it down and then they just nose around on it. You can hop it, you can let it sit still, you can just barely twitch it, you can yank the crap out of it. Dude, I am trying everything at this point in the day, trying to get some of these fish that I'm seeing on the graph to feed. There he is. One of them was big. Of course, I didn't get the big one. You can tell just by the way they come at it.
Yeah.
Man, those,
With him.
oh yeah. The spots are mean. Come here, peckerhead. You gotta start somewhere, don't you? $141. Coingler has a really good day out of the back of my boat the first day. He doesn't catch a lot of fish, but the fish that he does catch end up being really nice sized fish. I think he's in the top 10 after the first day.
There's a pile of fish right there.
Here's a real drop shot.
Yes, sir. It's a good one. It's a big one.
Oh my God. Where are you throwing it?
Straight back behind the boat.
You got it. Giant, huh? How far?
Not far, but about right there.
Said I may be messing up by not drop shotting all day. Four pounder? Sure sounded like it, didn't it?
Sounded like it. It might be.
Take your time. Ain't that big. Damn good. The few that I throw at that I do get a bite, these are the ones that you're seeing come in the boat. They're not the right size of fish that I need. Try these one more time.
better earlier in the week for you?
Never been great, dude. Like, it's been hard for me to catch a
Good.
big one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, I can catch fish like everybody else, but it's hard for me to catch like that. That last fish you caught, dude, I haven't caught. If I have a day of 5 of them, that's the best day I've had, you know? But like I say, I don't want a drop shot. I want a freaking fluke and spook, and
Yeah.
but they just won't. I mean, when I put it over top of them,
Just won't eat.
they don't even move. But even doing that, I don't catch big ones, so it's not like it matters. I know. Like I don't want to fish 40, 50. Right on the inside edge between the timber and some of it timber, the 50 stuff is. I can't tell. I'm so bad with spinning rod. No. I mean, not for me. They're eating that little bait, ain't they? That's what they look like on a graph, you know, that or a little bigger. Well, there's the 7 pounds I thought I'd catch. You got to celebrate some victories, even if they're not very good ones. You'll see a place here at the end of the day where I catch fish, where I make a little coal. It's not much, you know, quarter pound or something puts me up a little bit higher, and then we go on to weigh in. I don't know. I can't ever tell. I wouldn't think so. I'm sure it's them little ones like normal. Color in that worm difference made a big difference. All right, number 4 is the smallest. Remember that. 4 more like that. And there's that sucker.
Good goal. got him?
Please be a big one.
Oh.
Smallmouth?
Hold up. 69.
Long ago, we ain't really seen them that way.
Day one ends up not being anything near the weight that I wanted to be. I know going into today, 13 pounds was kind of my cull weight, like where I wanted to be. My dream weight was like 13 pounds. That's what I was shooting for. That's what I thought would be par. I thought 10 pounds was kind of my floor, and 16 pounds was kind of my ceiling after the practice that I'd seen. So I did feel like that, 15 to 16 was doable on a really great day, while 10 pounds was doable on a really bad day. But I didn't feel like I could fall below that. That's right where I end up, right at 10 pounds. I think I got 9 pounds, 15 ounces. So it was not a successful day. But I go back to the draft board. I'm going to take a bunch of rods off the deck tonight, looking into going into day two. I definitely feel like that there's room for comeback. Like I said, I felt like 16 was my ceiling. If I can go out and catch that 14 to 16 pounds on day two, move way, way, way up, because the weights are just stacked. I mean, they're really, really close. So even though you're further down looking at where you are in the placements, weight-wise, there's lots of room to be made up. So we'll get to that on day two. Guys, really want to say appreciate every one of y'all being here. Don't forget, bump that like, hit that subscribe, and until next time, we're out of here.